So how did they do this? Or why did they do this? So who's heard it for the first time, that you're acting under an agent in commerce, as we call it? Most people have no idea. If you've got your driver's license, I saw some people pulling them out. Pull your driver's license out, or your credit card, or a mortgage, M-O-R-T, mort meaning death, gauge debt till death. So your debt till death document that you signed, everything will have your name in, at least, at worst, your surname, name denoting a corporate entity, in capital letters. Okay, and there's no mistakes to that. We've got a client who's a former police officer who, when he went through his police training, was told whenever you're writing a person's name, a corporate name, you write it in all capital letters. So I'll tell you a couple of my police stories just before lunch, where my address was in upper and lower case, but my name was in all capital letters. He had no idea why he was writing it that way. But how did they get there? Normally I bring a Bible, and we're not here to Bible bash, but what I can tell you is that the court systems and the law are based on what? They're based on the Bible. You make no mistake. In fact, we had a guy at the last course who's trying to become an Australian citizen, and it's part of the Australian citizenship exam and things you have to study is acknowledging that the Bible is one of the most important documents, and that's what the law is based on. So it's there for everyone to see. So what I normally do is have someone read out 1 Samuel chapter 8. Does anybody know what 1 Samuel chapter 8 is, the message? It's be wary of appointing a king. There is only one creator, so be wary of appointing a king, because that king may be corrupt and take the best of your sons and send them off in thousands, armies of thousands. Turn your daughters into perfumers, take 10% of the best of your crop and livestock, X, Y, and Z. It runs through this whole story about be wary of appointing a king, and a king is what? The government. So if you watch some of the rest of the Chromatica, it talks about the victim archetype, or the victim consciousness that we live in, and by allowing ourselves to feel that way, we feel we need a ruler. We feel we need this big, powerful force that apparently has our best interests in heart to allow us to be ruled. So if you read 1 Samuel chapter 8, it'll make it very clear that we need to be wary of appointing a king. So what I'm going to talk to you now is about the master-servant relationship. Okay, and I want you to just look through, as we go down the line here, who's the master and who's the servant? Yeah? So if we've got the creator, or God, Yahweh, your first breath, created man. So we're God's gracious servants, and we're to report to one master. I'm talking about how the Bible's beliefs are here. What your beliefs are yours. So then in our infinite wisdom, as our infrastructure grew and we thought that we needed management, we created government to govern us. Yeah? And so what are government workers called? Public servants. So we're the master and they're the servant. Does it feel that way? Last time you had a chat with the ATO? Now, when they realised then, of course, that they are our servants, the powers that be didn't like that, because they want to have what they call jurisdiction or power over us. So they then created, you'll notice I've spelt it in all capital letters, corporate government. The Commonwealth of Australia is a proprietary limited company. Queensland Government is the Brigalow Corporation. Look it up. All these organisations, the Australian Taxation Office, they're all corporations. Okay? And what's the lifeblood of a corporation?